The views and opinions of the host and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Young cast, last, now everybody go to breakfast.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by BTC, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, Dunkin' Donuts, Fine Threads, Island Wholesale, John's Department Store, J.S. Johnson, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, and Tropical Gyro.
Talking Heads, the Friday, January 20th edition is on and popping. Your boy Naughty and your company. Yeah, man, all y'all who checked on me yesterday. Listen, I gotta figure out what's going on with this back. Any of y'all who know, what's the terminology now? Sciatic stretches? Yeah, you know, sciatic. Yeah, you know them stretches to help you with your sciatic nerve and whatnot. Please holler at your boy. Yeah. It's like the L4 and L5 have not been kind to me lately. But have no fear, I'm in the chair on this Friday edition, January 20th edition. What happened to January, Mr. Producer? I thought we just celebrated New Year. January was not into 2023. January was like, hey, I'm here for a cameo. Everybody cool? Happy New Year. You got some new stuff? Good. See you later. God only knows what February holds. All right, so let's get into it, man. We're going to keep the lines open today and kind of recap the week that was. There's still a lot to talk about, but before we get into that, you know, I got your trivia for you. I got your brain teaser lined up, so here's how you get your answers in. Today's Friday, so we open up the lines, the phone lines, and the text lines. It's all good. Oh, Mr. Producer, I forgot to grab that, the magic texter. Oh, is it in here? No, sir? Well, we'll figure it out. It's not in the chair, not on the floor. Did Lang take it home again? Well, he wasn't here, but you know, when he's here, sometimes he's prone to take it with him. But we'll figure it out. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all can text me, I guess, too. Phone lines are open, 323-6232, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. 422-4796. Stream us live. Take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. Cable channel 969. BTC Flow channel 612. All right, here's your trivia for today. You're playing for Joker's Wild Party Passes, lunch or dinner your choice from Naughty Johnny's, and KFC coupons. All right? That's what you're playing for today. All right, here, and this is a good one, boy. Recent survey of 100 Bahamian women. Survey revealed that 40% admit to doing this when they go to someone else's house. What is it? That's your mind-bending brain teaser. You got between now and the news and the top of the 5 o'clock hour to get your answers in. Recent survey, 100 Bahamian women. Survey revealed that 40%, or 40 out of 100, admit to doing this when they go to someone else's house, or when they visit someone else's house, they admit to doing this. What is this that they do that 40 out of 100 Bahamian women do? That's your brain teaser. You know what you're playing for. And while you work on that, I'm going to work on this. Let's get up into your headliners. Who are what's making headlines in the 242? All brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. New arrivals in stock right now. Both Fine Thread locations, top of the hill, Mackey Street, and the Southwest Shopping Plaza location. Check them out online, finethreads.com. Do your shopping online. Then arrange for pickup at any one of those convenient Fine Thread locations. And don't forget, pop on in. Both locations available for you Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., all right? All right. So let's check out what's blazing up the pages of the Nassau Guardian News and Views that matter since 1844. And I don't know, boy, the PM, he got some good comments lately, man. I don't know if to take him serious. I don't know if to laugh. I don't know what's going on. But as a comedian, he's giving me some good material, I'm telling you. Big on the pages in the Nassau Guardian today. Davis outlines agenda for 2023. Sorted by Travis Cartwright Cowan, who's editor here at the Guardian. Economy, education, crime fight to receive priority attention, Prime Minister says. Well, what the hell y'all just putting priority on until then? Didn't y'all campaign on this? On the economy, on education, on the crime fight? But hold on, I thought we don't have a crime crisis. According to our chief of police, we don't have a crime crisis. So what's up with that? Economy, education, crime fight to receive priority attention. When I saw this today, you know, in my circles, a couple people hit me and said, well, Naughty, what do you think they was focusing our attention on? I was like, flight times, frequent flyer miles, hotel rates, and photo ops. Obviously. But the audacity to now say, yeah, but we know in 2022 things was out of hand. Economy, man, inflation killing us, taxation killing us. Education always been an issue. Crime is out of control, no matter what the COP say. Yeah, we was kind of busy in the first year, but now we can get to that. That's almost the equivalent. That's almost as bad. Not as bad, but almost as bad as the former Prime Minister document is saying, re-elect me because this time is for the poor. Well, it was for the first time. That's why you got 5 years to sit in opposition and figure it out, since you didn't know the first lap. My God. I mean, you don't want me to make fun of our leaders. People don't want them to be called jokey leaders, but I mean, come on. Y'all actually listen to some of these things y'all say before y'all say them? Davis, who spoke at the 32nd Annual Bahamas Business Outlook, said his government intends to deal with the high cost of living in the country. We will continue to pursue growth in the GDP and revenue, maximize the amount of investment in the country, and maintain efforts to reduce our debt. Now, y'all can fact check these people better than he did SBF this go around, though, right? We ain't got no more FTX fiasco as you look for, you know, investment into the country. Okay? That said, we will put a particular focus on reducing the cost of living and making efforts to lift people out of poverty. You sure? Because I look at another headline today, PM, no decision yet on NIB rate hike. So what it could be? You can catch us now or later with that, Mr. PM. And in his talks at the Business Outlook, the Prime Minister did not indicate what measures his administration intends to take to lift people out of poverty or ease the burden of consumers. And recently, Minister of Social Services, Obi Wilsham, recently said the Department of Social Services in recent months seen growing, and let me get it on A5, let me get the quote correct. You know, I hate when it is cut off and then you got to go to find the page. But Mr. Wilsham was saying, there's been a demand for assistance, an increase in demand for assistance at the Department of Social Services. Wow. Can you imagine if we paid attention to that in 2022? Maybe it wouldn't be this bad. Some petroleum retailers want to strike. Story by Kendia Dames, executive editor here at The Guardian. With the government failing to communicate any decision to the Bahamas Petroleum Dealers Association regarding its request for restructured profits models, some retailers are talking about staging a strike. But Association Vice President Vasco Bastian is discouraging any kind of action. I'm not going to be a part of anything that will jeopardize this country, said Bastian when asked about the matter yesterday. I'm for all Bahamians. I don't think we should stop selling diesel. And the next thing you know, transportation is affected. Heavy equipment is affected. People who need generators for their offices are going to be affected. It's going to have a huge impact on the economy if we do that. That's not the course of action that I recommend at all. I don't want to be a part of that. So let's see where it goes. But as you look at it, Bastian can also brag it's the lowest prices in months at the gas pumps. Rubis at $5.16, Esso at $5.46, and Shell at $5.29. So let's keep an eye on that. Let's keep an eye on that there, though, all right? Prison officer accused of rape. Story by Artesia Davis. A prison officer on trial accused of raping an 18-year-old female during a supposed job interview. Da Vinci McPhee, 34, who's on bail, has denied the allegation. And this is one of the saddest stories, man. I put it last because it's still hard for me to deal with. I look at Tanisha Tanya Milford, absolutely adorable little girl. Little stunty, chubby cheeks and all. Sad story today by Jared Higgs, assistant broadcast editor. Grieving father says he never got to meet baby. The father of the 3-month-old baby who died this week with injuries on her face while reported in the care of a family friend never got to meet his daughter after moving to the United States for a job 4 months ago. The infant, identified by her father as Tanisha Tanya Milford, died on Monday while in the care of a 29-year-old man, police said. The baby's mother was reportedly at work. You know, and you read the circumstances associated with this. The police further reported that the family friend believed the baby was asleep, but after a short while noticed she was unresponsive. The infant was found with injuries to the face, resulting in the family friend being arrested. An autopsy will be conducted to determine the exact cause of death. In a phone interview with the Nassau Guardian from Ohio, Tanakias Milford, 30, said he was at work orientation event when he got the tragic news. He described how his relationship with his daughter consisted of hours-long video calls after his move to Ohio back in September, before she was born. I never got to see my daughter. I never got to hold my child, Milford repeated between sobs. When I saw my daughter over call, she was fine. She was fine. Every day I called. Every morning before I do anything, I call. Every evening before I go to bed, I call. I talk to my daughter, stay on the phone with my little girl for a while. Very sad situation there. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hi, try to answer the trivia question.
All right, you got an answer for me?
Is it gossip?
No, not gossip. Not gossip at all. That's a good answer, but that's not it. Think about it. Call me back.
Okay.
That's a good answer, but it's not gossip. So, Mr. Producer, we have any sighting of the text phone?
If you'd like to make a call,
is it over there? Because I don't even hear it vibrating. I mean, so if it was in here, I would have heard it buzzing by now. But anyway, it's 4:30, so let's get to the first break. We wrapped up the headliners right there, all brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. By Fine Threads. On the flip side of the break, we'll get into the buzz. All brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. And listen here. Boy, look here. Big unveiling last night, closed down Bay Street for 2 days. For the big unveiling of the logo. And boy, the 50th anniversary of independence in the 50 years. But Kermit, you ever see that logo before? That logo looked a little familiar, you know. Yeah, we can talk about that on the buzz coming up. Brought to you by John Shoes. On the flip side of the break, we'll check out the global warming. We're heating up the planet in 60 seconds or less. All brought to you by KFC Nassau. And we'll get into my Dunkin' Donuts coffee break. All on the flip side of the break coming up right here on the January 20th edition of Talking Heads. The Friday, January 20th edition of Talking Heads, which continues right after this.
Cast, last, now everybody go to breakfast.
Flavor alert! The Dunkin' Maple Sugar Bacon Breakfast Sandwich is the perfect blend of maple and smoked bacon in every bite. Enjoy a fluffy egg, melted Swiss cheese, and sweet caramelized maple sugar smoked bacon, all stacked on a warm, flaky croissant. Make it a combo with lightly seasoned hash browns and your favorite freshly brewed Dunkin' coffee. Tap into maple flavor today at Dunkin'. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. Whatever the occasion, John's is confident you will find what you're looking for among our always growing collection of amazing and trendy styles. We cover women, men, children, the whole family. Together with John's great prices and helpful and friendly customer service, your experience in shopping with us will be time well spent. Too busy to come in store? Shop with us online. www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on in today at John's, where we put fashion at your feet.
Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then Fine Threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then Fine Threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
Want to be the MVP of the party for the big game this year and win cash? Just take your favorite Frito-Lay chips, Cheetos, or Tostitos and salsa to the party, and you will be the MVP and have a chance to win cash. All you have to do is purchase any large Frito-Lay chips, Tostitos, salsa, or Cheetos from participating grocery stores. Put your info on your receipt, drop it in the box, and you're in with a chance to win. Check your grocery store for details. Final drawing is February 11th. Frito-Lay chips, distributed by Island Wholesale.
Juicy fried chicken, mashed potatoes with gravy, and a hot buttery biscuit for only $5. That's genius! Part of the KFC Genius menu, the KFC $5 snack box delivers on flavor and value. Need to feed more than one? KFC's Great Picks has got you covered. Packed with 4 thighs and 4 legs, fried to golden perfection, plus 4 buttery biscuits for only $20. More genius! Hungry for deals? The Genius Menu at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
To the outcast, last. Now everybody go to breakfast. Choco.
Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Let's go to the text lines real quick before we get into the buzz. Boy, I like the sound of this text right here. Naughty, my son is a pain management specialist, Duke University trained. He's about to set up his practice here. Maybe I introduce you to his practice. Hey, listen. Even though I have a strong hatred for Duke basketball, I know of the greatness of the Duke medical program. So, heck yeah, make sure when your son get here, introduce him to me. And if you could, if he could get my back in order, man, I make him famous. I'd put him on the show. He'll be my official medical consultant. Cool. But he just can't have none of that Duke foolishness on the show. Okay? Fair enough? All right, but thank you, Texter. And remember, when he gets in town, make sure, holler at your boy. But you'll probably hear me crying about my back anyway. All right, Naughty. PM Davis challenged us to do something meaningful. Call the election so we can get rid of... Okay. Let me reread this. Mr. Davis, PM Davis, please challenge us to do something meaningful. Call the election now so we can get rid of you and your party. That would be something meaningful for our unborn children and future generations. Naughty. I don't appreciate the Guardian not having a word today pertaining to this migration problem. This is why Lincoln is gaining strength. I hope Brownville joins him. Would you... Listen, how ironic is that? See who was in his employ when Mr. McCartney was allegedly, Minister of Immigration. See who allegedly he had employed with him, okay? As far as his household. See where they came from, allegedly. But yeah, it's just funny. Newspaper don't talk about something for one day. Whee! You were on there texting me about Lincoln. I got to ask the same question to Mr. Miller. Ask Lincoln, did he pay that woman her money yet? Holler at your boy when he does. Let me know. Keep me posted on that, though, okay? I do want to know about that. Naughty, I hope the petroleum dealers go on a strike, even though it may affect us. But a message needs to be sent to this tax-hungry Davis crew. Agreed there. What else we got? Nor do you brave to do a show after the Lang Friday show? Everyone else picking another time. Listen here. 2 things can happen. Either you can do like a midday rendezvous afternoon hookup from listening to the Lang show for 2 hours, or you could be patiently waiting for me to come on so you could hear a voice talk to you back and forth and not jam with music. And don't get me wrong, them tunes would Lang just be jamming. I'd be halfway to work when I turn around, grab a bottle of bubbly, and head back to my beautiful wife MJ and say, yeah. But no, I digress. Certain people do it. I'm brave enough to do it. I'm bold enough to do it. That's how I roll. I like to take that. I like to take the harder walk. I don't like the easy walk, man. I walk too easy, man. I walk too easy. Boy, look here. You're giving me answers and answers and answers. Wow, y'all, listen here, y'all. Boy, y'all off the chain today. Y'all off the chain. What y'all want to, listen here, y'all was running hot today, but y'all had lying playing pina colada and everything. Let's go to the phone lines. We got somebody on the phone line? Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Lordy, what's going on, man?
What's happening?
Where are you there, dog? Listen, I asked you a couple of weeks ago to find me a piece of legislation that the PLP put forward that benefit the masses or the people yet.
I forget, I trying to find it.
The Prime Minister...
You understand what I'm saying, right? It's not that I forgot you, it's just I ain't good with needles and haystacks.
Man, the Prime Minister said last night that the BMA people should do something meaningful towards the country or something to that effect. Because I listened to it. I had better things to do. I was cutting my grass. But check this out. What has the Prime Minister done towards the BMA people? Done for the BMA people? Or what? How has he moved the Bahamas forward since he came into power, him and his administration? Immigration is in shambles. Crime is in shambles. Education is in shambles.
But hold on. He said that's what coming in 2023. He can make sure pay attention to just what you was talking about. He has heard you, my brother.
Well, we might try to give Minister next chance because Minister, when he comes out again, he can make sure he's straight.
Hold on now.
So what's the difference?
I know. I think just the color in the T-shirt. Because the two of us think we got long hairs and tails and, eat what and bark at the moon. You know what I mean?
These dudes, they still ain't account for the money in Bermuda yet. They still ain't tell us how much our money they spend.
But they paid it back, though. They paid it back. Didn't they pay back some 60 grand and say that's what it was?
You sure that's how much they spent?
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
But then again, we don't have a Freedom of Information Act that they said they was going to put in place, too, so I guess we can't check that.
Well, you ready to believe them now? Right after you hear a couple of them lying inside those assembly. Alfred says you catch him cold lying inside those assembly.
Boy, look here. Pinto turned him into Pinocchio.
Yeah.
And that was a disappointment too, because Sears had a lot of potential. I don't know why he ended up the way he did in this go round, man. Honest to God.
You know who was my biggest disappointment in this whole administration? Wayne Monroe, the Minister of National Security. Wayne Monroe is one of the brightest criminal lawyers in the country.
Yeah, but he got to figure out when to take off the defense lawyer hat and the Minister of National Security hat. He's had them confused.
The problem I got with that, right? We ain't know all the loopholes he did to get his criminals, whether they're innocent or guilty.
And don't want close him now to have the country while he's in the capacity of Minister of National Security. That's my point. He don't know which hat to put on at what time.
Yeah, and this is crazy, man.
And what about our AG gone missing in action from social media? Twitter had nothing to say to this whole SBF, FTX scenario. Now we're going to pop up and we're going to get our taxes. We're going to get our settlements.
The man mining foreign money. He ain't worried about the Bahamas. He worried about foreign. He trying to get back to foreign.
Back home, eh?
He trying to get back home. Right now, there's only like something for him to do right now. So he trying to get back home. Probably when the Republican gain power, then he probably go back home. Right now, the Republican any power. You got some DMs, if the FNM lose or the PLP lose, they can leave the country.
Okay,
he probably is one of them. If the Republicans lose, they can leave the country.
We have a text to this time that Naughty, your caller is incorrect and way out of line. He should not really talk badly about the Prime Minister. Prime Minister did a lot. You see how many frequent flyer miles he racked up in 1 year? He's going for a Guinness Book of World Records on frequent flyer miles.
Well,
so see, let's be real. I mean, come on now. That's something.
You're doing something.
Because indirectly, if he gets the record, they'll say he was the PM of the who? Bahamas. So he might get a little shine there.
These dudes, these dudes are completely lost. Keith Bell, he's talking. I don't know what he talking from or who. I don't know what he talking. The entire Bahamas, every island in the Bahamas, just about every major island in the Bahamas is crying about this immigration problem. There are videos circulating. Let's forget about Lincoln Lane.
Yeah, because in my opinion, he's just trying to create a xenophobic riot for clicks and likes and hypes and all of that. Totally unnecessary.
Let's give him some credit because he's the one who's highlighting this. He's the one who's bringing attention to it. Now, I might not agree with
No, but hold on.
about it.
But you got to do it right now. You can't put out fake news. You can't say you have a shanty town on Paradise Island and it turns out to be caretakers, because once again, now you've been debunked with your fake news. So how credible are you going to be long term if continually you're debunked and your product or your content can be debunked by that foolishness? It's too sensational.
Yeah, it is. Like I say, I might not agree about the way he's going about it, but at the same time, let's forget about Lincoln Maine. Let's look at Grandmama.
Let's look at the issue, and let's look at where it started. Let's look at where it started in Abaco High. Who, why, who, what, and when was behind that. Look at it in Grand Bahama. Look at it here, and call it for what it is. And call out the Bahamians that are implicit. They have plots of land when nobody's looking. They create the shanty towns because they take rent from these tenants. Okay?
Yeah, I heard the president of
the people don't just show up. They got to know where to go, hey, and know where to set up, and know where it's cool, if you know what I mean.
I heard the president of the Contractors Union or the Contractors Association or something like that say without the Haitian workforce, the construction industry would close down. What kind of garbage that is?
That's because you want to continue to underpay Bahamians.
Exactly.
So if you're a sellout to your own Bahamian brothers and sisters, well, that's on you. That's why you want it, for personal gain. But if you're looking for country, then you need to revisit that.
So listen, when you find that piece of legislation,
all right,
let me know when you find it.
And I can let you know. And if you find it before me, holler at your boy.
I'll give you $100 when you find that.
And frequent flyer miles and photo ops don't count, right?
No, the scrapbooks don't count.
Because, I had one with Greta Thunberg. I was throw down on you right now and call it over, How dare you? How dare you?
All right, my brother, take that.
Always good to hear from you. Have a good weekend, bro. All right, let's check the text lines real quick as we get into the buzz. Brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. And, yes, Naughty, we are complicit, but our laws are to be applied and enforced against all who break the laws. Let's enforce our laws. I agree. We gotta start doing it. Can't talk about it. We gotta be about it. Okay, boy, Texter, yeah, man. All right, Texter, woo! Way to scare the crap out of me on a Friday. Let's go to your next text. I agree. You got a circus with a bunch of jokey leaders. But yes, I appreciate that, man. The heads up. But we think we know we're dealing with a L4 and an L5 issue. But thank you very much. And I appreciate that. Naughty Lincoln will pay the lady when all the PLPs who owe Bank of the Bahamas give us the people our money back. I worried, but that's a different set of people who got to pay us back. I would know when Lincoln can pay the lady back. Wasn't it a judgment? Come on now. You can't come off holier than thou. And have skeletons in your closet. Why do you tell that texter to keep everything about the DNA away from Lincoln and the COI? Don't mix them up. I know. That'll be too mixed up if you put them together. Keep them separate. I agree. Listen, man, I've already said it. You want me to repeat it, Texter? Your leader of the COI, Mr. Bain, is easily debunkable. If you do your research, you can see that it's a lot of grandstanding. Goalposts continue to be moving. Okay? A lot of sensationalism. Now, I respect the bravado. I respect the moxie. But I know the product. Sensationalism. He's the Bahamian Geraldo Rivera, bro. Remember when Geraldo went into what's his name? The great the famous mafioso man who passed away, Al Capone. Remember when in Al Capone's vault and there was only a bottle in the vault? 2 hours of TV on that for nothing. Well, when I see you parading around talking about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin with BitBoy, who is very, lacks credibility in his own right, what'd you expect? Maybe if the COI had a different messenger, the message would resonate better. Okay? Because the same way you jump on other party members and other party side people moving around, Your leader has been guilty of political bigotry in his own right. DNA, FNM, COI. Come on now. We got to mention the recordings. We got to talk about character. I mean, let's be honest. You know I keep it 100. And I could say it right here, and I could say it to Lincoln's Fair. I could say wherever. Let's go down the checklist. Is that the kind of leader you want? Is that the credibility that you want? No, listen, Dexter, I agree. We are all guilty of lunacy because we keep electing the same two major parties over and over and over again. But realistically, we had a viable third option that wasn't set up for personal gain or trying to be, part of the same old, same old. Keep it 100, Dexter, that's all I'm saying. But I agree with you on that. We keep making that same mistake from time immemorial. All right. That case is still in court. If you're, listen, if the judge tells you to pay and you appeal it, okay, fine, you appealing it. Why you continue to appeal it? Do you have the funds to pay it off? Or are you appealing it? Okay, so did he pay yet? Yeah. No, now listen, the issues are the ones, okay? The issues are fine. I don't have a problem with the issues that are being gaslit. I'm just got an issue with how the message is being delivered. Okay? And you can't have issues that are convenient. You got to stick to it. Are we dealing with carbon credits? Are we dealing with natural resources? Are we dealing with crypto? Are we dealing with migration? The ball keeps bouncing to stay relevant. Wouldn't it be better if you go after a topic, lay that one to waste, put it to bed, champion that cause, then move to the next cause and champion that cause so you could build up a reputation of being a conqueror and a champion? But hey, you like it, I love it. I appreciate actual factual. I appreciate keeping it real. I like transparency, accountability, and credibility, and transparency and accountability. I can't stand hypocrisy. A lot of hypocrisy right here. A lot of the things that Mr. Ben goes in on, he is guilty of himself. A lot of things that he attacks politicians on, he on his road to this spot is guilty of himself. Ask Lanisha Road in recordings. Ask the late KCX. No, listen, if you miss the opportunity to learn, gain, and win because of ill feelings hurt by the message, then we are done. Atlanta's about to be real 20 years from now. Listen, I'm smart enough and intelligent enough to decipher what is actual and what is factual. When my intelligence gets insulted by BS and grandstanding, I have that right to call it also. But hey, I'm glad you're all so passionate. At least we're talking. It's like in Scarface when he looks out and goes, that's what I'm talking about. You cuss me out, you insult me, now you're talking, baby. Now you're talking to me, now we're talking. Well, that's what I like. Now we're talking. Let's talk. This is the kind of conversation we need to have. Not the slapping up and the fluffing up. Oh, no, you got it. We have to now choose who will steal the least amount from us. Whee! And all the PM can say in the issue of migration ain't new. That's not the issue. The issue ain't solved yet. Why? All he can say is, we are Bahamians of Haitian descent. You saw the speech? We have to be apart now so we can be together in the future, whatever that means. Nor did the PRP and FNM been insulting those things and laughing at us constantly for years. But I think the less... Wait, listen, one thing I love about my texters, we can still debate and we can still share a laugh. Texter, I appreciate you, I appreciate the LOL what you put in there, I mean, I know we gotta have a good talk and a good laugh. Hey, wait. Listen to me. But guess what? You know what? You know what? I'm not going to tell you the answer now. Okay? Just because you can tell me leave Lincoln alone, I'm just running on to tell the answer. I'm going to make you wait now till 4:59 with your bad attitude, with your poor attitude. Yes. You remember, Texter, do you go see the video? I'm telling you, I want to know so we can be together. That sounded so romantical. Do you know what I mean? Kind of like in The Last of the Mohicans when he grabs some girl and says, stay alive. I will find you. We must be apart now so we can be together in the future. Naughty, I agree. I prefer you for 2 hours than to listen to Lang's Viagra music. He's caused us to run hard for no reason. Wait, this is what I like on a Friday. Respect, do Texas. Listen, whether we agree or disagree politically, it's all good, man. All right? And there's something I want to say. And we'll get to the second break, and we'll go straight to the news on this one, Kermie. All right? And it's something that I wanted to address, and I wanted to think about how I wanted to address it, because, again, I don't like to come off hypocritical. Okay? Now, it's no secret. Me and Gerard Darville have had our ups and downs, you know, in this arena. But I was absolutely floored to hear of the passing of his wife, Kenise Darville. So despite our differences, Jared, I want you to know that me, my wife MJ, my sons, Sancho and Andoni, who we all know from baseball, we'll come up together in baseball. We're keeping you in our thoughts. We're keeping you in our prayers. I can only imagine what you're going through, my brother. And I continue to ask that God guide you through this, continue to bless you, and get you through this. You can still tell me by my hand in the future if you want. It's all good. I feel no weight there. But I want you to know that from my family to yours, and from the baseball families of JBLN, from Freedom Farm, the BBA, everybody, our thoughts and our prayers go out to you. Our hearts go out to you. And I will champion that cause because I've seen the video. I've heard some stories. I'm going to reach out to you. But this cannot go in vain. This cannot go in vain. And this cannot be another case when people desperately need help from a facility, from a healthcare facility, that we end up with another tragic horror story. So to the family and friends of the late Kenise Darville, my thoughts and prayers go out to you. My family's thoughts and prayers go out to you. There, but for the grace of God, go you or I. Please keep Gerard Darville and his family in your prayers, all right? And especially to the boys, AJ and Chosen and the crew, man, all of them. All of them. All right? And I'm missing the middle one's name right now. My mind is blank. But you know who I'm talking about. All of y'all. My thoughts and prayers go out to you. And if you know that family, please extend your thoughts and prayers out to them. Reach out to them. All right? And that's something that definitely needs to be investigated. All right? All right. Let me check out these last couple texts. I ain't gonna read that one text. Yes, no, it's very sad, but there are too many stories like this. It needs to be investigated. And that's Coleman is the middle one. AJ, Coleman, and Chosen, all right? And like I said, very sad situation. And if you know them, keep that family in your thoughts and prayers. That is a rough blow. All right. And we didn't have a winner until 4:41. Wow. Wow. Lang was playing Dan Fogelberg today? Dear God. Yeah. Hey, right back at you, man. I can wait. It's 4:57. You got 2 minutes to wait. I can punish you. Because you round me for Lincoln. It's all good. All right, we got a winner, though. Actually, our winner today And they could actually, because they sent it actually from 421. All right, so I'm going to text the winner right now. But yes, the winner today got it correct at 421, and that's the first time that I got that answer in, was 40% of Bahamian women's snoop through the medicine cabinet. When they go to the bathroom, they go all up in the people's medicine cabinet. Check out everything. Which products you're using, what in there. They might even move some stuff. Yeah. Text, I just made the comment. People were talking about what Lang was playing before I came in. I said, wow, he played some Dan Fogelberg today. That's what I said. I didn't even know he knew about Dan Fogelberg. But yeah. I guess next week you can play some England Dan and John Fort Cody. How about that? Yeah. Anyway, so send me your information there, text them, all right? So I can get your information in and you can collect your prizes next week, all right? What happened to Sparky, man? He was quiet? Sparky called me, man. I hear your voice note circulating. I might have missed out when I was running around today trying to get this back in order. Sparky was quiet? You ought to be braving. Oh, Lord. Anywho, anyhow, it's that time. Let's take the second break. Flip side of the break. We'll get up into the news, all right? Good first hour, folks. Everybody texting, everybody fired up. You all see your eyes. Breathe. Musa. We talking sports after the news. The Friday, January 20th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
Young cast, last. Now everybody go talk breakfast.
Juicy fried chicken, mashed potatoes with gravy, and a hot buttery biscuit for only $5. That's genius! Part of the KFC Genius menu, the KFC $5 snack box delivers on flavor and value. Need to feed more than one? KFC's Great Picks has got you covered. Packed with 4 thighs and 4 legs, fried to golden perfection, plus 4 buttery biscuits for only $20. More genius! Hungry for deals? The Genius Menu at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
When I got prostate cancer, my family didn't know if I was going to live. At Cancer Treatment Centers of America, within days, I got an appointment. They presented me with treatment options, and we set up a robotic prostatectomy. When my scans came back, there are no signs of cancer. They don't see you as a number, they see you as a part of the family. I'm going on with my life. It's a real gift.
Call us at Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Here we go. J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents are the best. Reliable service, we've been on the scene, protecting since 1919. J.S. Johnson Insurance has the test. You'll always cover me. J.S. Johnson Insurance, peace of mind. Play with Island Games, we making dreams come true. Play with Island Games, we paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market, you getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy, and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first, guaranteed to pay. Island Games, we like them other jokers. We've been here from the start, from the bike to computer. Island Games, we can make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
Flavor alert! The Dunkin' Maple Sugar Bacon Breakfast Sandwich is the perfect blend of maple and smoked bacon in every bite. Enjoy a fluffy egg, melted Swiss cheese, and sweet caramelized maple sugar smoked bacon, all stacked on a warm, flaky croissant. Make it a combo with lightly seasoned hash browns and your favorite freshly brewed Dunkin' coffee. Tap into maple flavor today at Dunkin'. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
Young cast, last. Now everybody go talk breakfast. Chuko.
Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Listen, off the top, man, texters, Pratt and Smith, y'all are actually not my first 421 texters, all right? So what I'm going to do, I don't want you all to freak yourself out. Y'all cannot get the whole prize today. But what I'll do is I'll give you some nice secondary parting gifts, okay? So I'll leave each of you a lunch or dinner of your choice from Naughty Johnny's. That's it, all right? So that's what y'all get. So when you come in here, don't come in because we already know, okay? Because I just don't want nobody to cry on a Friday. And y'all know y'all get all legal on a Friday and start crying and freaking yourself out. And yeah, and I ain't for that today. I don't never be for that, but I just entertain you because sometimes it's fun. But it's Friday. We got things to do. We got football to watch. We got sports to talk. You know what I mean? Now, before we get to talking sports, though, I got to put this one question out. Mr. Producer, is our logo for our 50th anniversary eerily familiar to that of Jamaica? I just want to know. I say you take a hummingbird out and you throw a flamingo in, it's the same thing. But texters, you could let me know what you think. Now, whoever took that dodo bird from Saxon John Canoe and redid it, go to the front of the class. You had me laughing all day. Y'all had me pissy, angry. Had me rolling. You saw it, Kermit? That was the best one. I knew it was coming, but I didn't know it was coming that quick. And my God, it was the perfection, babe. If that bird was if that dodo would have fly like that on Bay Street, Saxon would have won. Notice the difference. He had wing this time. He had no wing on Bay Street, boy. He had wing for the poster boy. My God. Boy, I tell you, we do a remix on the logo, boy. And I know all my Jamaican friends here, when they saw that, they sucked their teeth. All you hear is a universal, tarate, them teeth with things, man. Look at that, man. Them teeth with things, man. Oh, no. Them take with things, man. Them all over the place and take with things, man. All over. Okay, I digress. Let's get up into the sports. You know how we do it each and every day. Today in sports history, brought to you, of course, by Naughty Johnny's. Well-weather trip out there to the Old Fort Shopping Plaza Monday through Friday. Great for lunch and dinner. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Happy hour tonight, 5 to 7 at Naughty Johnny's. So be sure to check it out. Give them a call, see what they got chefed up for you today. And what's going on? 377-7776. Wow, on this day in sports history, a lot of happenings on January 20th. 1892, the first official basketball game was played by students at the Springfield, Massachusetts YMCA training school. 1937, Nell Stewart of the New York Americans became the NHL's career-leading scorer when he scored his 270th NHL goal. 1949, free substitution was adopted for 1 year in the NFL. 1952, Patricia McCormick debuted as the first professional woman bullfighter. 1968, Houston ended UCLA's 47-game winning streak with a 71-69 victory at the Astrodome before 52,693 fans. The game also set an NCAA attendance record. The most watched Super Bowl was in 1985. A game and that's the most watched Super Bowl game in history, was seen by an estimated 115.9 million people. San Francisco 49ers beat the Miami Dolphins 38-16 in that Super Bowl, and marked the first time that TV commercials sold for $1 million a minute. Joe Montana was awarded his third MVP award. 1995, the NHL season opened with the teams playing a 48-game schedule instead of the usual 84. The season had been shortened due to a player strike. 1999, ESPN announced the creation of the Great Outdoor Games to be held in Lake Placid, New York in 2000. And I guess that later became known as the Winter X Games, eh? 1998, the NBA lockout officially ended after 204 days. 2002, Joe Nieuwendyk of the Dallas Stars played his 1,000th career game in the NHL. 2003, Patrick Waugh of the Colorado Avalanche became the first NHL goalie to play in 1,000 games. Sports quote of the day: winning is not a sometimes thing, it's an all-time thing. You don't win once in a while, you don't do things right once in a while, you do them right all the time. Winning is habit. Unfortunately, so is losing. Vince Lombardi. Great quote right there, too. Great quote. Naughty, if you look closely, the only place the Saxon bird over the flamingo, and by coincidence, the wings became a part of it. It actually looks a part of it. I can go have a look at it again, closer look. I was laughing too much now the first couple of times. All right, let's check out, look out for Earl the Pearl there. Look out for Earl the Pearl. We got Pearly. All right, and look out for Peter. We got Peter right here. Peter should be zooming in shortly as well. So, let's get into the home court. That's a wrap right there. On Today in Sports History, all brought to you, of course, by Naughty Johnny's. Let's get into the home court. The local sports happenings, all brought to you, of course, by Burger King Nassau. All right, and don't forget, you got some big things popping. You got Carifta preparations on the track. Maycock expects to reach budgeted goal. Archer says athletes will be ready. The 50th Carifta Games is just 76 days away. And the local organizing committee, the LOC, said the plans are on track as the Bahamas looks to host from April 8th to the 10th at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. So I see the work going on. Let's get it done. Should be a good event. JB Lender Stage grand opening this Saturday. The opening of the 2023 Junior Baseball League in Nassau season is set for this coming Saturday at 10 a.m. at the JBL Field, the Dreams Complex at St. Andrew's School. A total of 32 baseball teams, 5 girls softball teams comprising 500 boys and girls will be competing in the 2023 season, which will run from January to June 2023. Big opening this weekend. Last weekend, Freedom Farm had their big opening. Over 40-some teams, over 700 athletes. Man, baseball taking off in the country, man. Let's see what kind of seasons we have. A lot of teams to watch, a lot of talent to watch. We should have some quality national teams this year. Mingos fall to the Lady Warhawks in 4 sets. This in volleyball. And in basketball, despite a fast start, the Mingos also fall to the Rockets in local basketball action, all right? That's right off the local scene. And, of course, you know, we'll keep an eye out what happens over the weekend and have those results for you early in the week when we get back on here on Monday. Because obviously games will be played today as well. I mean, this weekend. Not today, but this weekend as well. So we'll have scores to report from both of those leagues. Now, let's get out of the home court. All brought to you, of course, by Burger King Nassau. Get up into who's in and who's out. All brought to you, of course, by Tropical Gyros. And don't forget the Final 10 today. We got Colin Cowherd taking us home with the Final 10. His NFL divisional playoff round picks. We'll give you ours in short order. Before you get to that, let's talk some NBA. Got a couple of trades. Let me know when Pearly chimes in or when Peter chimes in, all right? Because I don't want to get into this and then hear keys, rap, all type of stuff. You know what I mean? So we'll check on Pearly. Because Pearly's supposed to chime in. He might be stuck in the air fryer, though. You know how Pearly goes. It's Friday. He might be honey glazing something. Something is getting honey glazed. You know? And I'm sure Peter will be popping up. Peter always chimes in around this time. He's the 5:15 guy. Yeah, he'll chime in at 5:15. So while I wait for them to chime in, propaganda to the NBA. I don't know if I want the Lakers to save the season. I really don't. Maybe they need to just go ahead and tank it the rest of the way. But we got comments now saying there's a couple of packages to save the Lakers. A couple of blockbuster deals that the Lakers could actually be interested in and making things happen. Now, you got AD returning from the foot injury, possibly before this 5-game road trip. And you got rumors swirling. You have rumors swirling. I heard somebody chime in. Is that Pearly or is that Peter? I know Peter. I get it like whenever Peter's come in, right? I'm completely deaf in my left ear now because of Peter. I know when Peter arrives. I know when Peter's here. Peter.
It's a beautiful time to be alive. Everything is right with the world. The Cowboys are playing the 49ers in the playoffs the way it should be.
Yeah, man. It's a busy weekend. We're talking basketball right now, though, before we get into that. Apparently, on the radar for the Miami Heat, Cam Reddish. Looks like they might make a play for Cam Reddish. Got a couple of deals in the pipeline. The Lakers potentially might want to make some trades. And then
LeBron's been asking for it, so
we'll see.
Made a few comments and said, do something for me, man. I need talent around me. I'm not getting any younger here.
This tweet just coming in now, and we're having a look at it from 5:07 today, about 11 minutes old. Jazz Chisholm Jr. is going to play center field, as per Marlins general manager Kim Ng.
That's a premier position, yeah.
No. Why did you trade your shortstop and move Jazz to center?
Well,
what sense? Listen, Jazz could play it. Don't get me wrong. Jazz could play it, but why are you moving a potential perennial all-star at second or short to center field? There's nobody, in my opinion, that organization could bring in at second or short that supersedes Jazz.
And to make the All-Star game as a center field, whoo, boy, that's tough. In that league, that's tough.
So,
Jazz's original position, natural and original position is shortstop.
Correct. So why are they moving him to center, Pearly? I like how you snuck in. Notice the difference, Peter. You come out and Pearly comes in like a Navy SEAL. We could have all been dead. Pearly just sneak right in.
It ain't about what Jazz is about the team and what the team needs. If the team needs him to play center field, which he can do, I bet he would probably do very well.
I'm not doubting that, Pearly, but why move an all-star second baseman or shortstop? Who are they going to put there that plays better than him?
Earl, right? That's the point. Like the shortstop isn't a problem.
It isn't that who plays better than him. They probably got nobody who can play center field better than him, and they need him more in center field than they need him on second base.
I understand that, but I think my understanding of Naughty's question is shortstop is fine, leave it alone, focus on the other positions where you're weak, because you could move him and end up weakening two positions. So, dude, go find a center fielder.
Listen, if they moving him, then they got a second baseman who can play, and they need him and that other guy on the field, and they believe he can play center field better than whoever else they got there.
Assumption. Who they got? Who's the superstar?
I don't know what they got. I don't know what is that. I didn't say it was better than him. You're missing the point, Peter. I get a better second baseman than him, but they may not have a better center fielder than him. So they may be better off to put the person on second and move him to center. For the better of the team.
The Yankees got 1 million center, left, and right fielders. Go get one. He's a shortstop. He's doing great at shortstop. Why are we messing with what's working? Earl, you are fantastic.
You acting like this the first time this ever happened in the major leagues that it didn't work out.
I wouldn't mess with you doing radio. Earl is great at radio. That's great. He should do radio. I wouldn't be I want to see Earl in a feature film. Al wants you in Avatar.
That's apples and oranges. No, Peter, that's apples and oranges. That's apples and oranges. That's apples and oranges. That's apples and oranges. That's not the same thing.
Well, you're not a baseball player, so neither am I, so I can't use that analogy. So I got to go with show business. You're a guy that's about show business, but you're a show business guy.
Listen, my only point is, I get Earl's point about moving Jazz to center because he may be the best athlete and the best center fielder they have on the roster if they transition him. But at the same time, there's somebody who they're bringing up to play second or short. Either got to have a glove out of this world or a stick out of this world.
Yeah.
Well, it probably does. It probably does. I don't know who it is, but it probably do.
So they got to be really good. That's the point.
You're not gonna move Jazz from second to center field.
You would hope.
Have a step down of a player that much that it hurts.
Now, interesting point a texter just brought up, guys. Naughty, maybe it has to do with the injury. Maybe it has to do with that back injury.
That's another thing, too.
So I don't know. I mean, But now you got to look at the how strenuous is it to play short or second compared to center field?
So it's a lot of straight up running. It's not that much bending over, scooping up, coming up, taking down, taking double play. But you're playing more upright, so it can be a lot easier.
Thinking more long term now with him. Is that what it is? A position change to make sure he has a nice long career instead of the back at shortstop. Makes sense to me.
Probably so. The Dodgers are considering moving Mookie to second base.
So I'm thinking that if that's true, then the Marlins want to keep Jazzy and extend him to do a lucrative long-term extension. Because you're thinking like that. You're thinking long-term. So let us go long-term, buddy. Give me 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Make it happen.
Well, his rookie contract ain't up yet, so.
It's never too early to start talking to general manager. If I'm his agent, hey, y'all thinking long-term? So are we. Let's make it happen. You know, you guys don't have a great issue of signing players. We can change it right now. Make a statement. When it comes up,
dude, I see why you do what you do, and I see why you do what you do, and you're not an agent. I got it now.
I have no idea what you have, but it's very well isn't anything factual or anything grounded in reality. It is very well known that agents speak to general managers long before their clients' contracts are up. They drop hints and say, by the way, so and so, a year to go, buddy, we could do something. So I don't know what you got, but it ain't facts.
I didn't say anything. I didn't come to any conclusion on anything. All I said is I now understand why you do what you do and you're not an agent. That's all I said.
No, that's great. And you back it up with absolutely nothing. Okay, moving on.
All right, you just stop your shining Skip Bayless impersonation. We got a couple of things taking us home today. Don't forget today, the final 10, we got Colin Cowherd with his NFL divisional playoff matchup predictions. We're also going to hear from Stephen A. Smith before we get to that as well. All right? On the way out, we'll play Stephen A. We'll go to the break, and then we'll hear from Cowherd, all right? But we got to talk NFL playoff action coming up. So we're going to take a break now, and on the flip side of the break, we're going to get into all the games. Pearly, try to do this one today, Pearly, without throwing salt to the Cowboys. I know it's hard, but please try.
Is the air fryer still working? I haven't got any air fryer.
But the air fryer percolating, by Earl honey glazing something right now. Earl, what be honey glazing today?
Guess what? I got some Bahamian honey from Senator Ruben Rame, some drumsticks, and I do a nice barbecue honey, homemade barbecue sauce. Oh my goodness, they could die for. Hey, look at I cook, and the air fryer makes you look like a chef.
Women love a man who could cook, so I'm sure they're beating down your door every night.
Mr. Producer, let's go to the break on that one before Chef Boyardee pop off again.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Businesses in store, on the go, or both. Let Fidelity work with you to maximize your customers' payment options with a fixed or mobile terminal so that you never miss a sale. It's safer than cash and more convenient so that you can take your business anywhere. For details, contact a business development officer today at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport, or visit our website at fidelitygroup.com.
When I had got prostate cancer, my family didn't know if I was going to live. At Cancer Treatment Centers of America, within days, I got an appointment. They presented me with treatment options, and we set up a robotic prostatectomy. When my scans came back, there are no signs of cancer. They don't see you as a number, they see you as a part of the family. I'm going on with my life. It's a real gift.
Call us at Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then Fine Threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then Fine Threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
Flavor alert! The Dunkin' Maple Sugar Bacon Breakfast Sandwich is the perfect blend of maple and smoke in every bite. Enjoy a fluffy egg, melted Swiss cheese, and sweet caramelized maple sugar smoked bacon, all stacked on a warm, flaky croissant. Make it a combo with lightly seasoned hash browns and your favorite freshly brewed Dunkin' coffee. Tap into maple flavor today at Dunkin'. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
Young cast, last. Now everybody go to breakfast. Choco.
The Friday, January 20th edition of Talking Right Now, 5:30 p.m. is the time. Pearlie in my company, Peter Rahim in my company. All right, gents, time to talk football. A couple of things coming up over the weekend. Got some brilliant matchups in the playoffs, let's be honest. It's a good divisional round. Got some excellent games coming up. Saturday, the first game, 4:30 p.m. You got the Jaguars and the Chiefs, 1 versus 4 in the AFC. The 14-3 Chiefs taking on the 9-8 Jaguars. And boy, I tell you, quite a matchup.
The magic comes to the end this weekend.
I say that the upset bird may fly with a couple of these road dogs this week, and Jacksonville made a great impression. But Purdy, I cannot go against Kansas City at home. There's something that they do in Arrowhead Stadium. Andy Reid, when he has more than 3 or 4 days to prepare for an opponent, you know what his record is like. I just think the Chiefs get it done in this one, but take nothing from the Jags. They're a team on the rise in the AFC. Peterson's got something going with your guy, Lawrence. I think they got a good combination for the future. But I like Kansas City to win this game. What say you guys?
I think the run has come to an end. It was fun. Great season. They can build from this, but I think it all comes to an end Sunday in Kansas City by double digits.
What say you, Peter? You got Peter?
Right here. I'm with you. Andy all the way, the Big Red Machine. I'm sure Earl is familiar with that term. Go with the Big Red Machine there in Kansas City.
You see Peter with his shameless sock reference there, Pearlie?
I see that, but that's wonderful. No problem. I like that.
All right.
By the way, I read into your buddy, what's his name? Trevor. He says to tell you hello. We ran each other in Super Value. Well, CD Meat there in East Street South. He says, how's Earl doing? I said, Earl is alive and well as far as I know. He said, you tell Earl I said hello and go Comets.
Trevor,
so,
world relay
go
Trevor?
Comets. What's that, Trevor Moss? He said, I'll tell you hello and go Comets.
Yeah, that's Trevor.
But anyway, back to reality.
Guy is back on the bike. What's going on?
So no, listen. Back to this next game. This next game kind of puts it up in the air a little bit, man. This next game we're about to talk about. That's the Giants and the Eagles. The 9-7-1 Giants taking on the 14-3 Eagles. The 1 versus 6 in the NFC on Saturday. Now
that dream also comes to an end on Saturday.
No, Pearlie. Listen now, Pearlie. This I feel maybe a road dog may survive. Just hear me out.
Naughty selling hope. Let's hear the sales pitch.
Exactly. Thank you, Peter. Exactly. Naughty.
You get on me when I sell hope. Hold on. You get on.
No, Naughty. You're a Dallas Cowboy who hates the Eagles and the Giants. Well, because the Eagles got a better record, you can hate them more this year.
Now stop, Pearlie. See, now you even let me speak and you trying to discredit me, man. I'm
No,
being,
that's not
no.
credit, that's credit
Let me be honest with you. I've openly stated that I want to play the Eagles and punch them in the mouth. That's number one. So don't get that twisted. Number two, if it's anybody about the NFC East, is who? This guy. Just like the only person talking about the AFC East is you, Purdy. NFC North, you, Peter. That's where your teams dwell. So I know the nature of these beasts. Me just trying to be, with my sports commentator hat on, be as objective as I can. If you look at the last game, when the Giants and the Eagles played, the Eagles had to play their starters in order to get that number one seed. Possibly rush Jalen Hurts back a week early. They ended up winning that game 22-16 against the Giants scrubs. None of the starters. It's a division game. Daboll's got the team playing well. Saquon Barkley runs well against the Eagles despite their daunted defense. To me, if there's one game that could get ugly and go the way of the underdog, it's this game right here on Saturday night. There's one more I'm going to talk about. You probably know which one that is. But on Saturday night, I got the Giants in the upset on the road, bro. I got the Giants with the upset on the road. And they're going to run the ball. They're going to keep Hurts off the field. And we don't know if Jalen Hurts is 100%.
Okay, Earl.
Yes, sir.
Are you in agreement with me that there's not much difference in talent between the Giants starters and the Giants scrubs?
Touche. I'm in agreement with you. I'm in agreement with you.
Like, we played our bench players. I'm like, really? I didn't know that.
Well, it's obviously there's no difference between the Chicago starters and the Chicago scrubs, period. We don't know who's on the field.
I agree. I agree, buddy. I agree. All those guys, most of the guys who play for Chicago this year will be on the bench or on the practice squad or teaching gym next season. So I agree with you. So I know about scrubs. Believe me. TLC, I know about scrubs. Now, Eagles just got a better roster. They got a better roster. You know, this game reminds me of TCU versus was it Alabama? Georgia. This is what this game is. TCU and Georgia is the Eagles. You know, the Cowboys versus 49ers is a different game because both rosters are really, really good. Yep. And it's the best Cowboy roster over the 53. I've seen it a lot.
In a sec, but like I say, this game has the potential on Saturday night for the upset bird. Just remember I told you that.
I honestly think the Giants game has a better chance than this game.
Pearly, last week, a lot of people had Buffalo beating you up by 14 points. What did you and I say? I picked Buffalo to win, but I said they wouldn't cover the 14 because why? It's a what? Divisional game. You spoke to it yourself. You say, regardless of Skylar Thompson, we know how to play Buffalo, correct? You remember that? Well, same theory applies right here in the grimy, greasy NFC East rivalry that is Philadelphia and the New York Giants.
Naughty, I would agree with you 100%, but for some reason, I'm telling you right now, it ain't gonna be that easy. Eagles can ball out on these dudes. Jalen is coming off that injury to ball out.
And who's to say? You say he's coming off injury. He's not 100%.
There's velocity on his throws in practice. He's looking good in practice. He's going to be fine. He's going to pick the Giants to pieces.
Earl, I got to call BS on the velocity in practice part, all right? But you selling it good today. You selling it dead good. You even reached for the velocity in practice.
This isn't what the Eagles personnel said. This is what some reporters said.
Who's covering the Eagles receivers? It's not like Giants have these superstar cornerbacks. Who's covering the Eagles receivers?
That's my point.
Is anyone losing sleep over the Giants receivers? I know I'm not.
Stay there taking the Giants for light in a division game. That's all I'm going to say. We'll move to the next one. I'll be the lone pot cake on this one.
I'm losing sleep over Saquon Barkley. As we know from AI, one man can't do it by himself.
We got the Bengals and we got the Bills. Now, this game is eerie. This has an eerie tone to it. We know where this picks up from where we left off. It's crazy. It's up there in Buffalo. They're going to be playing an emotional football game, but based on what I saw last week and how hard it was for the Bills to get rid of the Dolphins, who were playing a third-string quarterback with multiple injuries, who shouldn't have been there in the first place, that's a red flag. I got to go. The defense has played well enough. I think they could contain Allen enough to make it hard on him. They run the ball well. They have 3 receivers to go against what Buffalo has to put up. It's going to be a heck of a shootout. I like Burrow lighting the cigar in this one on the road and moving to the AFC Championship game.
I think
Buffalo can't run the football without Josh Allen. He is their offense, and so it could happen.
That's it. You're right, Peter. Josh Allen is their offense, and I think Burrow is a very confident, ready, eager, hungry quarterback who has some unfinished business. And I think he's gonna walk all. They think they're gonna make Buffalo wish they let Miami beat them.
And Burrow's lucky. He has such great luck. He missed. Yes. He missed, what's his name? Roquan Smith missed a tackle on it. And he threw a touchdown. He has such great luck. I've seen passes that are batted up. Receivers come down with them. He has such amazing luck. So I give it to him. And I like it because it reminds me of the old Jim Kelly versus Boomer shootouts back in the day.
Yeah.
Bengal versus Bills.
Yep. As Berman off of ESPN, Tom Berman, they'd say, time to circle the wagons.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's the Bengals and the Bills. All right, speaking of another rivalry game, 49ers, Cowboys, 49ers, 12-5 Cowboys, 13-3 49ers. There you have it. Old school rivalries rekindled. Lay it on me, fellas. I will wrap this one up. Go ahead.
Is Aikman and Buck calling the 49er game?
I don't know.
I don't even know. I don't even care.
Because it would be great. Is Roman calling it? It would be great. It would be great. I just, the 49er Dallas game, it's like, well, Prudy, they don't ask him to do a lot. He's not doing the same thing Jimmy Garoppolo was doing. He does about 75% of what Jimmy G was doing. So I think it's tough to make a decision on this game. Reason is Dallas has got the defense to take away all the things that little that Prudy's asked to do and to stop the run and say, okay, buddy, now they're going to ask you to do things that you're not used to doing or you're not comfortable doing yet at this stage of your development. Can you do it and do it well enough to beat Dallas? I don't know.
That was last week, Peter. That was last week. He was asked to do some stuff. The pressure was on that kid last week.
Seattle's defense is nothing close to the Cowboys' defense, though, Purdy. Come on.
I'm not saying they are. But I'm saying he had to do some things he wasn't doing yet last week.
Well, I know, but the thing is, I agree. But the thing is that what you can get away with against Seattle's defense, you got to process a little bit faster against the Dallas defense. You're not going to have a chance to, I made a mistake and come back. No, but you got to be on time, on the dime every time. Yeah. Dude, it's not, because Dallas' defense is fast. One thing, they're not big, but they're fast.
But
so you just sit back there and have time.
The 49ers defense is better.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
All right.
All right.
So the 49ers, very physical team. The key to this game ain't Dak, In my opinion, the key to the game is going to be Pollard. And he's not going to be able to run the ball. Pollard's got probably 2 best linebackers in football. And that defense will bruise them. They're going to bruise them, and they're going to wear them down and until the fourth quarter when they're going to beat Dallas.
But see, here's the thing.
This ain't got nothing to do with no hating or nothing like that. But I was leaning towards Dallas, and I was leaning towards Dallas up until I thought about it some more today.
Okay.
And I really looked at what the 49ers defense, and this is going to be a defensive battle.
I agree with you. The 49ers are going to run the ball like 40, 50 times. Because the 49ers are 3 deep at running back. You got Christian McCaffrey. Then you got a healthy dose of Deebo Sanders. Then the third running back's a pretty good running back too. But my thing is that here's the thing with Pollard and with the CeeDee Lamb and Gallup and all that. Dallas is very creative with their play calling. Yeah. So they're going to get a little screenplay here, 3-4 yards, a little bit something else here. And one thing, now Dallas has their flaws, but the one thing they're really good at are these long, just morale-killing drives to your defense.
It's not to the 49ers defense. I was saying the same thing.
A couple yards here.
But we got to hear from Stephen A. Yard, and we got to hear from Kyle Hurd at the end, okay? So, Purdy, who you got? You got the 49ers, right?
I got the 49ers.
Who you got, Peter?
By 3 to 4 points.
I'm going with Dallas.
All right.
I think Puri throws a couple picks and Dallas wins the game.
All right. Now, just let me get this in uninterrupted, y'all, so we can know where we're going with this. And then we'll get to Stephen A. We'll get to the commercial break, and then Colin Cowherd will take us home, and it'll all be featuring the NFL playoffs coming up this weekend. Stephen A. will specifically be talking to the Dallas Cowboy fans. So I put that in there today for you, Pearly, because I know you and Stephen A. Stephen A. is your boy. All right. Couple of things, what I'm going to say. The San Francisco's number one rated defense is predominantly a zone-based defense. Correct, Peter? Okay. The number one quarterback in the NFL against...
defense? Yes, it is.
The number one quarterback in the NFL against zone defenses, pull the stats up. Dakota Rain Prescott. 12 touchdowns. Okay? 101 QB rated. And 9 interceptions against it, which is also... which is also... number one against the zone defense. He's thrown the most. But to tell you that he's going to throw 9 interceptions and still end up the top-rated quarterback against zone defenses speaks a lot, speaks volumes. Second of all, Dallas is on a streak-breaking mission. We broke the streak of 30 years of not winning the road game. We broke the Brady streak. Who has an 11-game winning streak right now with a 7th-round, third-string rookie quarterback? San Francisco 49ers. That streak about to get broken. And the following week... well, you know, when we beat them, our streak of not appearing in the NFC Championship game for a ton of years, that gets broken too. And if you're that close, you may as well win it all. Dallas has been disrespected. They've been talked down to by the San Francisco 49er fans. We have no chance. We're just glad to be on the field with such a great organization that maybe we can learn something to improve our team to get better and reach the lofty standards of the 49ers.
Shovels. Get the shovels though, Peter.
But at the end of the day, one thing you all haven't talked about, San Francisco is horrible against the tight end, covering the tight end, and their secondary, their back end is easily exposed. Look at the chunk plays that Metcalf and Lockett put on them last week. I'm telling you, this week, they're going to take the top off them again. Okay? And despite all the physical talk, last year was a 23 to 17 game. Dallas could have won the game on the last possession with a touchdown. Obviously, we know we screwed that up. But for all that talk, we were right in the game. This year, I like what Quinn's doing with the defense. He's familiar with Shanahan from the time in Atlanta. Purdy is going to crap the bed at some point, and I think it's going to be this week against the Cowboys because Quinn going to give him some things he hasn't seen. And at the end of the day, yeah, you can say that what you want. McCarthy, knock on wood, doing it so far so good. So again, last week I told you Dak was going to throw for 300 yards. And the 3 touchdowns against Tampa, he went for 305 touchdowns, 4 passing, 1 receiving. Guess what? Dakota Rain Prescott does it again. Puts the Cowboys on his shoulders, leads him to the victory this week. And poignantly, how was it done? 34-31 on the leg of Brett Maher with a 51-yard field goal. As time expires, Cowboys win 31-34, erasing the ghost of the catch and all that stuff. So there you go. Cowboys 34-31 this Sunday live in San Francisco.
Okay.
Now, let's get to Stephen A. Smith because he's going to, trash the Cowboys for all you 49er fans. And then we get to the break, and Colin Cowherd will give us his rundown over the weekend. Fellas, enjoy your weekend with your families. Enjoy the football. Pearly, I know you and your sons get together. Enjoy it to the fullest.
Naughty, we'll be in touch. We'll be in touch.
So we didn't do the show. Please rest up. I don't want no excuse Monday. I don't want to hear nothing Monday but your back eating.
Purdy, thank you. The last time you told me that, Cowboys 31, Buccaneers 14. See you on Monday. How about them Cowboys?
That's what makes this funny. How about them Cowboys? How about them Cowboys?
Recording.
Accident, they will mess it up. Just wait. The accident, they will let you down. Just wait. The accident, waiting to happen. It will happen. I'm predicting they're gonna be irrelevant. I'm predicting an absolute embarrassment for the last decade and a half. They make me laugh. All the talent that they have is unbelievable, man. Big D, teasing you. This is what they do. Walking through weed show from on cue. Accident, something will go wrong. The accident. The big Jumbotron accident. Gotta recognize it's a black cat running around that franchise. Stay with it. Accident, they will mess it up. Just wait. The accident, they will let you down. Just wait. The accident, waiting to happen. It will happen. How about them Cowboys?
Let's go, he's got his theme music. Now he's smiling. That's my guy. Let's do this, SA. Let's make some picks. I can't wait for these games this weekend. Cowboys, Niners, Stephen A. Talk to me.
You know, we've had to listen to the Cowboys all week long. We saw them go up against an old Tom Brady, a decrepit roster, questionable coaching, which now has been modified to some degree because Byron Leftwich has been fired as the offensive coordinator. I'm not happy about that. I don't like seeing black coaches getting fired with all of these opportunities out here. But he was fired by black coach and Todd Bowles unless somebody else made that decision. At the end of the day, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, for all my bloviating and everything else, was not a better team than the Cowboys. They didn't show it during the regular season, and they damn sure didn't show it Monday night. So I've been listening to a lot of people chirping, and I get you. And as I was signing those books, Molly, those books that will be on the bestseller next week, by the way, Straight Shooter, what I looked up and said to folks, Molly, was this.
Tell me.
You got 4 days. Then I said you got 3 days. And now here I am today. You got 2 days. Enjoy it while you can, because Dak Prescott and the crew are rolling into Northern California. Brock Purdy has Debo and Christian McCaffrey
to get to.
and Ayuk. The San Francisco 49ers are taking the Dallas Cowboys out.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. Whatever the occasion, John's is confident you will find what you're looking for among our always growing collection of amazing and trendy styles. We cover women, men, children, the whole family. Together with John's great prices and helpful and friendly customer service, your experience in shopping with us will be time well spent. Too busy to come in store? Shop with us online. www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on in today at John's, where we put fashion at your feet.
Juicy fried chicken, mashed potatoes with gravy, and a hot buttery biscuit for only $5. That's genius! Part of the KFC Genius menu, the KFC $5 snack box delivers on flavor and value. Need to feed more than one? KFC's Great Picks has got you covered. Packed with 4 thighs and 4 legs, fried to golden perfection, plus 4 buttery biscuits for only $20. More genius! Hungry for deals? The Genius Menu at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
Play with Island Games. We making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. From the bike to computer. Island Games. We gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
Fidelity, we're good for you. With so much going on in the world today, only accepting cash at your business can be risky. Let Fidelity offer you and your customers safety, convenience, and the flexibility of a fixed or mobile terminal. Take it with you, on the move and on the go, because business should never stop. For more details, speak to one of our business development officers at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit our website at fidelitygroup.com or visit us at any of our branches.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Young cast, last, now everybody go to breakfast.
You know, we can say what we want in the Aaron Rodgers-McCarthy split. Back-to-back 12 wins, a meddling owner, rebuilt the O-line. They didn't have Dalton Schultz or Michael Gallup at full strength early. Dallas, I think they kind of match up with San Francisco. Eric, I do. Your thoughts?
Well, your point on Brock Purdy being tight against Seattle, to me, that's the key to this game is Dallas has to find a way to take advantage of his inexperience, to take advantage of his anxiety and the natural tension that's going to go with a game like this. And nobody's really been able to force him into those tight spots.
Yeah.
And he's made some poor decisions throwing the ball, and teams haven't taken advantage of it very much. And he runs around with the football. He tries to make things happen, and no one's really made him pay for that. And to me, that's the key for Dallas is they have to find a way to do that. And then Dak's got to be more in line with what we saw last week, although that can be deceptive. I don't think Tampa was a very good team going into that game.
Yeah, it is. You know, Eric, you were in a lot of these with the Patriots when you were at home and you were favored. And I can remember Baltimore making a couple of trips there. I remember the Jets making a trip. And, Dallas, everybody's got the Niners winning. Did you sense it on the week up when you were favorite, Brady Belichick, at home, Foxborough, it's on, there's no other game on. Could you feel that pressure as a coach?
You don't look. Each one of these games has its own level of pressure, and each week it increases some. But it's interesting, Colin. Once the game starts, it's really the time leading up to the game where you feel it the most, and where you have to do a good job with your team to get them to relax and to not get them to expend too much energy and too much thought and work themselves up too much prior to kickoff. That's the kiss of death, because then they're exhausted going into the game. Yeah, you feel it each level, what that means, but as the game unfolds, it goes back to the normal status quo.
Okay.
Especially when you've got some experience.
Right. So, you'd think bye weeks are great, but when I used to work in minor league baseball players like to play. They don't like days off, especially 2 or 3. And so sometimes in a baseball playoff, you get 2 or 3 games, and guys they want to be in the cage every day. And in football, we instinctively think, give these guys rest. I watched the Titans and the Packers last year with rest, did not play particularly well. And I think to myself, you had these. You guys I felt like an annual tradition in New England. You had a bye. And I think, I don't know, Philadelphia did not play great into their bye, Eric. It does worry me a little. Does it worry you?
Look, we loved the bye in New England. I loved the bye in New England from a coaching standpoint, to be able to sit through the weekend and watch the potential teams you're playing, to get some work done that whole week leading up to it on the couple of teams that you have a shot to play. That gave you a real head start. And then if the guys do a good job of getting off their feet, of taking care of their body, of maximizing that time, it's a huge edge. Again, inexperience versus experience. We did have a lot of experience with it, so we got better at it. And I think sometimes if you're treating that bye week as just a vacation week and you're not maximizing it, it can go the other way too, and you can be rusty.
So we all know that Buffalo's good, right? Like that's not, we know that. But Cincinnati got to a Super Bowl kind of a year ahead of schedule. I think the Jags are a year ahead of the rebuild schedule. After the Urban thing, I didn't think they'd be this good. I think the Giants are ahead of schedule. So I think those teams go in, and the old saying, house money, you feel really good where the organization's at. Doug Peterson Brian Daboll, Zach Taylor, not a lot of pressure. Go out and play. But Buffalo's different. We got 41 wins in 3 years, and Cincinnati last year went to Arrowhead and won. And I do feel like of all the teams in there this year, it's like, okay, guys, it's your turn. Let's go. And then you add that Cincinnati's O-line, it's hard to win it's hard to win an NFL game against an average team if you're missing both tackles. Like, I feel like Buffalo is a little heat on them this weekend. That's my takeaway. Your thoughts?
Yeah, you talked about the pressure component. To me, there's a ton of pressure on Buffalo, and for a lot of good reasons. They didn't really play well that last game of the season against New England. They got 2 incredible kickoff returns, and then there is no reason that Miami should ever have been in that game.
None.
Ever. And the fact that it turned out the way it did, that's why I agree with you. It's hard to overcome the losses that the Bengals have had on the offensive line. But based off of the way Buffalo played, what they have 4 fumbles. They ended up losing 1. And the Dolphins got 17 points off turnovers. Josh Allen had the 2 picks in the foam. They gave we're trying to give the game to the Dolphins. And Cincinnati's a much better team than Miami is at this point, even with the losses they have on the O-line. Opportunity are few and far between, and I don't blame them for just taking a look and seeing what else is out there. And look, sometimes when you're really good at something and you win a lot, like they have at Michigan, you can be taken for granted. So it's a nice reminder that, hey, other people appreciate what I do. It's just reminding everybody that the value that he brings to the program, and I don't think that's a bad thing for people to remember, how good they have it right now.
See, I think when Michigan said, we're going to cut you a little bit in pay, I was like, I don't know if I do that.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen.
If
anything, you're going to give them a raise. That's what's going to happen after this year.
Okay, so if I just said top of your head, Bills, Bengals, who do you like?
I like the Bills.
Niners, Cowboys, who do you like?
Niners.
Eagles, Giants?
Giants.
Oh, whoa. Wow.
I'm taking the Giants. Look, Brian Dable was with me in New England. He was my quarterback coach at the Jets. He was my offensive coordinator in Cleveland. He's really bright. He's creative. He does a great job relating to the players. You've seen that throughout the course of the season, and it feels like the Giants truly believe not just in him, but believe in each other, and that's powerful. We had that in New England, that first Super Bowl run where we weren't ready to go home when everybody else was telling us it was time to go home. And they may be undermanned, and they may be looked at as lucky to be there.